Rose March is knocking on the door. The Oklahoma Sooners can all but wrap up the Big 12 regular season. Do what they did in Waco earlier this year and grab win number 20 in a row. But the Lady Bears hope to ruin their plans. It's OU and Baylor, a top 5 showdown today in Norman. Great one for you inside Norman, Oklahoma's pink-colored Lloyd Noble Center today as number 2 Oklahoma hosts number 5 Baylor. Hi, everybody. Toby Rowland with you alongside Patty Phillips. You know, the Sooners have not lost a basketball game since November. 19 straight wins, 11-0 in Big 12 play. Now, the Big 12 trophy, Patty, is not in the house today, but it might as well be. A win today over second-place Baylor, and OU can all but wrap up the Big 12 regular season title.
It would definitely lock it up with the win today. They'd have a 3-game lead in the conference standings against Baylor, and that's why tonight is so important. Baylor's got 2 losses. If they win, there's a 1-game differential between the two, so this game is huge. But Oklahoma, of course, wants to run the table. They want to do more than just win today. They want to run the table. They're undefeated in the conference. It would be a huge win for them. Big
12 tournament seeding, possibly NCAA seeding could be at stake today. Time for our Hudaburg player watch, and we'll start with Baylor. Danielle Wilson, leading scorer, one of the best shot blockers in the nation.
She is. She's first in the Big 12 and 6th in the nation in blocking shots, but she does more than just play defense. She's coming off 5 straight double-double performances as 14 of her last 18 games. Here in the first time these two teams played, she was actually held underneath her average with just 11 points. She did have 9 boards. She's going to have huge numbers today on the road for Baylor to stay in this thing.
For the Sooners, Courtney Paris coming off yet another big game at Texas Tech, 23 points, 20 rebounds.
And look, she's breaking all sorts of records. Every time we talk about her, a new record goes down. She's the Big 12 all-time leading scorer and field goal. Now, she actually passed Sophia Young, who took Baylor to the national title, which is ironic. She's also the NCAA all-time leading rebounder. She had a good game on the road, but she's going to have another huge one here tonight. Another double-double, open it up on the outside by her getting her points on the inside.
It is a special day today here inside the Lloyd Noble Center. I've got my pink on. Patty's got her pink on. It is Pack the Place Pink Day. OU actually wearing pink uniforms today, helping to promote women's cancer awareness and the KYOW WBCA Cancer Fund. We'll be back with the keys to the game next. You're watching Sooner Basketball on the Sooner Sports Network. By OERB, we are Oklahoma proud, and Patty, it starts for Baylor with stopping the OU perimeter.
And they've got to do it, especially here. OU is at home where they shoot the ball so well. They lead the conference in three-point shooting at 37%. If Baylor wants a shot today, they've got to put the clamps on that, and they've got to score in transition. They had a hard time scoring against Oklahoma in the half court at Baylor, so today they're going to have to try to get the ball out and run, which they like to do anyway. Oklahoma got to keep crashing the boards, the #1 team in the conference in rebounding, and Baylor is not far behind. Baylor is traditionally an excellent rebounding team, and actually Oklahoma got out-rebounded in Waco. That'll be key. And contest shots. Sherry Cole said at Baylor in Waco, Oklahoma kept Baylor just 27% field goal percent shooting. That was a huge key for them to be able to win on the road. They want to continue that and got to contest shots today.
We are counting you down to this top 5 showdown today here in Norman. Up next, the Fowler Honda starting 5. You're watching OU versus Baylor, presented by Verizon Wireless. Brought to you by Fowler Honda. Fowler Honda, mile of cars, Norman. They'll start the way they have all season long. The Paris twins up front, along with Amanda Thompson, and in the backcourt, Danielle Robinson having an outstanding sophomore season, and the freshman Whitney Hand. Sherry Cole in her 13th season, 277 and 129, 18 and 10 all time against Baylor. The Lady Bears start like this. Danielle Wilson, their leading scorer. Jessica Morrow, considered their best defender. Jasmine Player, Rachel Allison, and Kelly Griffin. And of course, they are coached by Kim Mulkey in her 9th season, 229 and 62, 6 and 14 all-time against Oklahoma, the Olympic gold medalist, and led Baylor to the 2005 NCAA National Championship. And just visually, Patty, this is quite a treat for the eyes today. Pink versus black on the court. OU wearing the pink uniforms today.
And it is a packed house, not an empty seat to be found.
Sooners win the tip. Ball ends up in the hands of Amanda Thompson. And she has the first 2 points of the game. 2-zip Sooners.
Amanda Thompson has been red hot. She's been in double figures 3 of the last 4 games. She always steps up when needed, so it's nice to get her involved in the offense early.
Danielle Wilson kicks out to Rachel Allison. First offensive possession of the afternoon for Baylor, and the ball is knocked away and stolen. Danielle Robinson the other way, bounce pass Whitney Hand, the left-handed layup, 4-0 Sooners.
Sooners in transition. That's exactly what they want to see here at home. Get those easy buckets early.
The drive by Griffin. Shot is perhaps partially blocked by Courtney Paris, but the Sooners have the rebound, and a quick start for the pink-clad Sooners today.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, Baylor is a great team. They're ranked number 5th in the nation, but in a game like this, with a packed house, with all sorts of emotion, Oklahoma has been looking for this game on their schedule. Baylor is going to have to keep it tight early.
Ashley Paris drains the jumper. OU 3 for 3 from the field, 6-0. Just over a minute in.
And that happened quickly. You see Kim Mulkey scratching her eyes there, and Baylor, though, under Kim Mulkey, 9 straight 20-win seasons. So this team is obviously going to get something going. But when Oklahoma gets on a run and on a roll, especially at home, they can be really tough to catch.
Both teams going man-to-man here in the early going. Danielle Wilson backing down on Courtney Paris to a cutting Rachel Allison, who gives Baylor their first 2 points of the afternoon.
Yeah, that was a good play by Baylor. They spread it out, and Allison came from the weak side. And they didn't bump that cutter, and she had a very easy look.
Amanda Thompson gives it to Ashley Paris. Robinson tries to find a seam. Down low, Courtney Paris, great position. The left-hand layup is good.
Wow, that looked good. Oklahoma also spreading it out. You saw everyone was on the left side of the court, and so Courtney was able to go one-on-one. Nice pass inside by Thompson. 4
Sooner baskets by 4 different players so far, as Jasmine Player scores for the first time. Courtney and Ashley Paris, Amanda Thompson, Whitney Hand, all with field goals so far for OU. It's 8-4 Sooners. Thompson to CP in the post. Make that Ashley Paris. Robinson goes baseline around Kelly Griffin, scoops it up and good.
And that should have been and one. She got fouled going up, but a nice job to stay strong and stay focused.
5 field goals, all 5 Sooners have scored. Everybody on the court has 2 points for OU. Player, the jumper is good, and both teams off to a roaring offensive start.
Yep, and Sherry Cole wants to see more contested shots against Baylor. They, as we mentioned, only shot 27% in Waco when these 2 teams played the first time.
Sooners 5 for 5, Baylor 3 for 4. We've seen 1 missed shot so far in the first 3+ minutes. Courtney with the right hand hook up and good.
How about that? And she is fired up. She did not want to shoot that. She was trying to find a teammate and thought, well, I guess I will shoot it.
Jasmine Player had her shot blocked by Whitney Hand and Courtney Paris, and a jump ball is called. Closed captioning today provided by Arvest Bank. Bob Trammell, our head referee today, calling for the jump ball. Melissa Jones checks in, first substitution of the day, the 5'10" sophomore from Thornton, Colorado. It'll be Baylor ball on the alternating possession. Player right wing, drives, kick out to Jones, who double dribbled.
Jones actually had 16 points off the bench in the first time these 2 teams met. So she can get hot offensively. She only averages 7 points a game, but played really well down in Waco.
We do not have, as far as we know anyway, a former president in the house today.
That's right.
Like there was in Waco earlier this year when President George W. Bush was on row 1 to watch that game. What a game it was. 57-52, 56-51. Sooners won. Courtney Paris and Ashley Paris both had double-doubles. That game went to the final 30 seconds before it was decided.
Yeah, 11 lead changes.
Pass intended for Whitney Hand in the corner is knocked away. 33rd all-time meeting between Oklahoma and Baylor. Sooners lead the series 22-10. 8-5 lead here in Norman, although Baylor did sweep the Sooners last year. OU trying to repay the favor with a win today. Ashley Paris fakes the pass, lob to Courtney, missed it, got her own rebound. That's good. 6 early points for Courtney Paris.
How about that play and that pass inside? That is a characteristic of this Sooner team this year, unselfishness, because Ashley Paris could have taken that all the way to the hole. They're patient enough to make that 1 extra pass to give up a good shot to get a great shot.
Player in the corner passes down low for Rachel Allison, and a foul's going to be called, and that will take us to our first timeout. Great start for the Sooners. They're 6 for 7 from the field, leading it by 8. 15:57 to go first half. You're watching OU versus Baylor, presented by Verizon Wireless. Welcome back. A sold-out Lloyd Noble Center, and a quick start for the Sooners, leading 14-6. They are 7 for 8 from the field in the early going, outscoring Baylor 10-2 in the paint. Ashley Paris has the rebound as the first shot out of the timeout by Baylor is no good. Danielle Robinson calls out the play. What a year the sophomore point guard for OU has had.
She has taken this team over. It is her team. She is the captain, the leader. And you're right, a huge difference from last year to this year. And not only her performance, but her leadership. The guard play for the Sooners has just improved dramatically.
Tried to deliver on cue for us there with the jumper, but it's no good. Ball will stay with the Sooners. It's almost unfathomable to say that anybody other than Courtney Paris would be the most valuable player for an Oklahoma team, but you could argue that Danielle Robinson has been their most valuable player so far this season. Courtney down low, fouled, hacked across the arm by Danielle Wilson.
And we just saw on that last play, Jessica Morrow all over Whitney Hand. That's when I talked to Sherry Cole before the game, she thought that was going to be really a key matchup. Look at that. I mean, there is like no room to breathe there. Whitney Hand, excellent job of passing that ball inside. But, you know, Courtney Paris is going to get her points. Rachel Allison's going to get her points, and Danielle Wilson. And so that's a really key matchup with those two players. Whitney Hand so important to the Sooners. And Morrow had 11 points. She was 3 of 6 from behind the arc the first time these two teams played in Waco.
The foul on Wilson, her first personal, first team foul for Baylor. In fact, the top 3 leading rebounders in the Big 12 Conference all in the building today. The Paris twins and Danielle Wilson for Baylor.
Well, Baylor trying to tighten up their half-court defense, especially since that timeout. A lot of tipped balls, deflections.
The freshman Whitney Hand will inbound baseline. Does so to Robinson. Quick pass down low to Courtney Paris, the right-hand hook, and CP came to play today, folks. She's got 8 early points.
She came to play, and she makes it look so easy. That Danielle made that pass look easy. That was a tough pass inside. There was 2 defenders behind her, and Courtney Paris makes it look way too easy.
Melissa Jones goes opposite the pick in the lane. She gets fouled and will shoot 2. Take a look again at the Courtney Paris bucket on the other end as Jones goes to the free throw line.
And look at the defense. There's 2 green jerseys right there, including the best shot blocker in the conference and one of the best in the nation, in Danielle Wilson, and had no impact on Courtney Paris' shot there.
Second team foul on the Sooners. It was in the act of shooting, though, so Melissa Jones, 67% free throw shooter on the season. First one is good. Substitution, Rachel Allison back in for Baylor. She will replace Ashley Field. Jones did have a big game, as you mentioned earlier, in Waco against OU earlier this season. Off the bench was a key contributor to their near upset win. Both free throws good here. Amanda Thompson, the quick trigger. Battling for the rebound is Whitney Hand, but Baylor comes out of there with it. Morrow has it. She'll run left side, bounce pass, tough pass intended for Jasmine Player. Now they go down low to Danielle Wilson, who gets away and puts it in. Her first basket of the day.
Well, that was a nice job by Baylor. They really pushed the ball in transition, and then as Oklahoma was trying to get matched up, Wilson was able to slip somebody and get in for that easy layup. And notice how physical it is down low right now with Wilson and Courtney Paris. There's a lot of elbowing and pushing going on, even away from the ball. 2 very, very proud players in the Big 12.
7 on the shot clock. Robinson, corner. Ashley Paris fires an 18-footer, short. Courtney's there for the rebound. Robinson finds a crease. Thompson, no look pass to Courtney Paris. Her shot is blocked by the number 6 shot blocker in the nation, number 1 in the Big 12, Danielle Wilson. Allison, corner. Morrow for 3. OU wants to run. Right side, Robinson pushes. Doesn't have numbers. Shovels it over anyway to Amanda Thompson for the lay-in.
How about that? That is such a heads-up play, Toby. She waited, and she timed it perfectly. Had she passed it sooner, she could not have made that pass. She got down to where she had the better angle. Amanda Thompson didn't actually have a great angle for that shot. It was a very athletic move for her to get that up and in.
18-10 OU. Morrow drives, throws it up, contested well by Amanda Thompson. Courtney Paris the rebound. Here comes D-Rob, right side, drives, pins it over to Ashley Paris, misses the lefty lay-in. Offensive board, Thompson to hand for three. This place would have erupted, but there's Ashley Paris for the offensive board, and she'll shoot two.
And the place is still erupting. I tell you what, something really key I'm seeing so far is the rebounding by the Sooners. And when I talked to Sherry Cole earlier, she said that is a huge key. Baylor, you know they're going to crash. I said, Sherry, what makes it different? How do you make your team rebound more intensely one game than another game? And she said, we tell them to be ready to be pushed all over the floor at all times, and that the ball's not just going to come to them. It's a much more physical type of rebounding game today, and the Sooners are doing a phenomenal job.
You bring up a great point. Baylor has out-rebounded their opponents in 23 out of 24 games this year. Right now, though, OU with 9 rebounds, Baylor with 2. It's been
Baylor
dominant in the
is
early
fourth in the nation in their rebounding margin. They out-rebound teams by 11 boards a game. And you know, a lot of times when that's an offensive rebound, that's an extra possession. So that is just it's such a huge and key stat in basketball.
1 of 2 for Ashley Paris. Substitutions into the game for OU. Naisha Stevenson, Carly Roethlisberger onto the floor for the first time. And Stevenson, Robinson, Roethlisberger, Ashley Paris, Whitney Hand in pink for OU. Morrow down low, spins, shoots over Stevenson, hard. Offensive rebound grabbed by Morgan Medlock, who just checked in, and she travels with it.
Hey, that's great defense. That is great defense and then actually they worked on that in the shoot-around today. Movement with her as she was pivoting. She had nowhere to go.
Check it out, Big Ben in the house today.
Watching little sister Carly, they're very close. They text almost every day.
Robinson lobbed down low for Ashley Paris. Knocked away by Morrow out of bounds. It'll stay OU basketball. Sooners by 9. Hand to inbound baseline. All the way out to Stevenson, the Big 12's leading top scoring reserve, I should say.
And one of the best three-point shooters in the conference.
Ashley Paris backing, spinning, right-hand hook is good.
How good does she look? How confident does she look? I mean, she just got that air about her. That time when she got the ball, you knew she was going to score. And that's such a huge play because she created her own shot there. That's a big-time play. Largest
lead of the day for the Sooners. They're up 11. Allison cut off by Roethlisberger, forces it up anyway. Air ball, hand the board.
Well, great defense by the Sooners. That's what Sherry Cole stressed today, is contest all shots. We talked about it in our keys. And Baylor not getting any easy looks at the basket.
Danielle Robinson to Stevenson, the hand right side. Looking low to Roethlisberger. Can't get it there. Stevenson will take it herself down the right side of the lane. Throws it high over the backboard and out of bounds. And that'll take us to a timeout. 21-10, Sooners lead it early. 11:43 to go first half. You're watching Sooner basketball on the Sooner Sports Network. Home Furnishings on 36th and Western since 1951. We lean towards the unique furniture, a proud sponsor of OU basketball, as is Shawnee Honda. Shawnee Honda Motorsports offering low prices, world-class customer service, and a huge selection of new Honda motorcycles, ATVs, and personal watercraft. For the value you expect, Shawnee Honda, exit 185 in Shawnee. Talked about the difference in Ashley Paris this year. Here's the bucket from just a few minutes ago and the confidence she has shown.
Well, look, she gets pushed away off the block, which defensively normally is a good thing. She's so tough, though. Look how far out she is. She dribbles high and swings low, and there is no weak side to come over and help at all. She makes a great play at a very tough catch.
Crowd on its feet. You get the sense they realize what's at stake here today. A win by OU, and they don't technically wrap up the Big 12 regular season title, but you could pretty much go ahead and put the trophy in the box and mail it to Norman, because it would be, well, it would take a total collapse basically for them not to win it. The win, however, by Baylor here today, and game on. It would be a one-game difference going down the stretch as Danielle Wilson gets the offensive rebound, and she will go to the line. Foul, I believe, goes on Carly Roethlisberger, her third team foul.
And Oklahoma has been doing such a great job on the board. That's only the second offensive rebound of the game. For Baylor, Oklahoma has 5 offensive rebounds, which is more than Baylor has as a team total.
Courtney back in, replacing sister Danielle Wilson. Fabulous basketball player. Free throw shooting not her forte, though. 54% on the season. Got 1 of 2 here. 3 points on the day for Wilson. Full court pressure now by Baylor. All the way over half court to Nyesha Stevenson, who will wait for help to set up the offense, and now Danielle Robinson will do so right side.
So Baylor still falls back and matches up into that player-to-player defense.
Roethlisberger to Stevenson, 10 on the shot clock, looking low to Courtney Paris, can't get it there. 7 down low, now they get it to CP, spins, baseline, hook shot is too hard. Offensive board though by hand, but the shot clock did not reset. Ball didn't hit the rim, so that'll be a violation and a turnover.
How about Whitney Hand? Boy, the freshman, has had such a phenomenal year, but what I'm so impressed is, obviously we'll talk about her shooting later when she gets going, but she's kind of scrapping it up in there with the boards today.
Kelly Griffin back in for Baylor, replacing Morgan Medlock, or Melissa Jones, I'm sorry. Griffin doesn't waste any time putting a shot in the air. It's no good. Jasmine Player, though, chases it down. Player goes around to Wilson, pick, baseline, takes it, blocked from behind by Hand. Wilson has the board, stripped from her by Courtney Paris. Here come the Sooners, push ahead to Stevenson.
So tough. There is no quicker guard tandem in the country than Danielle Robinson and Nyesha Stevenson. Nobody can keep up with those two.
12-point Sooner lead, largest of the day, 23-11. And an offensive foul is going to be called. No, I'm sorry. Looked like an offensive foul called by Bob Trammell, but he says stay here. There's the push ahead to Nyesha Stevenson. 4th team foul on OU.
Sherry Cole saying that's exactly what we need to do. Push the ball up the floor.
Wilson powers it in on Courtney Paris. That's going to be a shot block for Courtney. That's going to be another one and make that 38 straight games now that Courtney Paris has at least 1 block shot. Yet another streak to keep an eye on for Courtney. Take another look at it.
And I think Courtney came into this game with a little extra incentive. I think a lot of people raving about Danielle Wilson, and Courtney Paris is going to show who's the bigger time player here. She's definitely dominated so far.
Turnover by Baylor. Sooners 10 minutes gone here in the first half as Kim Mulkey is working over the referees right now. Hand corner to Stevenson. She'll fire the 3. Got it. They are clicking on all cylinders right now. The second-ranked Sooners have built a 15-point lead over 5th-ranked Baylor. No good. Courtney Paris the board.
And that was great execution on the called play.
Robinson, free throw line. Left-hand shovel pass to Carly Roethlisberger. He leaves it short on the lay-in. Player.
Wow.
Kick out. Wilson 17-footer straight on is good.
Well, she's not having any luck inside the paint, so wanted to step out there and give herself a little breathing room.
And a turnover by the Sooners as Robinson and Stevenson weren't on the same page. Here's another look at the 3-pointer by Nyesha Stevenson, leading the Big 12 in that category at 46%.
Good pass down by Whitney Hand, but also 2 screens were set down low and 1 by Danielle Robinson to get her open.
Kelly Griffin, as you take a look at the 3-point shooting early on. Only 1 3 in the game. Wilson down low, backing. Right-hand hook around Courtney Paris. She is very much being bothered down low right now by Big CP, and that'll sail out of bounds. Ball to the Sooners. Here comes Amanda Thompson back in.
Well, Baylor actually, we saw the 3-point shooting doing a decent job of not letting Oklahoma take many threes. Actually, Oklahoma has just taken 2 3-pointers. They've hit 1 of them. And this is a team at home, you know, and that's what Baylor's going to have to do to stay in this ball game at all, is not let Oklahoma shoot threes, because they'll start hitting them. Robinson
passed down low, deflected, turned over for the 2nd straight time for OU. Jones on the right wing. 26-13 Sooners. We near the 8-minute mark here at half 1. Wilson pass deflected out of bounds by D-Rob. It'll stay Baylor basketball.
And I don't think we talk enough about that Oklahoma defense. You know, they're such a high-powered offense, leading the Big 12 in scoring offense. And but I tell you what, their defense has been so phenomenal this year.
Foul called away from the basketball down low. It will go on Whitney Hand. That'll be her first personal, 5th team foul as Ashley Paris checks back in. The Paris twins, Danielle Robinson, Amanda Thompson, and Nyesha Stevenson. So the starters, with the exception of Nyesha Stevenson, on the floor right now for OU. Kelly Griffin has it on the dribble, right wing. Stops, pops a 17-footer from the wing, got it. First basket of the game for Kelly Griffin, the 5'8" sophomore from Houston. Thompson down the lane, splits defenders. It's going to be called for the crab dribble, I believe. That'll be a walk, and we'll go to a timeout. Sooners in control here early, 26-15. You're watching OU versus Baylor, presented by Verizon Wireless. OU, of course, wearing their pink uniforms today, promoting the Women's Cancer Awareness and the KYOW WBCA Cancer Fund, and the world of women's basketball, sports in general, lost a great one earlier this year in KYOW. Just recently, actually, and KYOW was such a figure of inspiration for so many people on a lot of different levels, but especially with her long-term battle against breast cancer. And, you know, the ESPN did a great special on her, and you know, even Gino Ariema was saying that she's the only coach that had no enemies. She was beloved by everybody. And her legacy now is that huge fundraising to help eradicate breast cancer. So she left her mark on the game of basketball, and now she's leaving her mark in the fight against cancer. You saw the website there, WBCA.com, if you would like to donate to the efforts, the KYOW Cancer Fund. Sherry Cole wearing pink today. Sherry and Kim Mulkey, direct opposites today. I don't know if you've noticed the clothing. Yeah. We need to get a split screen of the two later. Timeout is over. Sooners lead it by 11. Down low, make it a 9-point lead as Danielle Wilson puts it up and in. Morgan Medlock, I believe, got that basket. It is 26-17 Sooners. Stevenson, right side. Robinson, Stevenson, the Paris twins, and Amanda Thompson out of the timeout. Ashley to Courtney. Free throw line wide open. Danielle Robinson back irons it, no good. Baylor chipping away at what was a 15-point deficit. They've got it down to 9 and a chance to cut into that here. Griffin. Sooners have been man-to-man the whole way. Top of the key. That's Jasmine Player. Left side now to Jones. Wilson in the post will try it again on Courtney Paris. Got it that time. Well, that was pretty. That was pretty. And then you see her athleticism and what she can do. But now Baylor getting a little fire. You know, Oklahoma had turned the ball over twice in a row before that last time out and then missed that last shot. So they've got 3 or 4 possessions that have come up empty. It's a 6-0 Baylor run right now, and the deficit is 7 for the Lady Bears. Amanda Thompson. Ashley hands it off to Stevenson, who will launch a 3. Short irons at this time, no good. Kelly Griffin pushes down the lane, cut off by Danielle Robinson, and they're going to call a block on Robinson. That's a tough call. That could have gone either way, only because she put her shoulder down. Watch. You know, Robinson did her best to get, but look at that arm and shoulder. And that couldn't have felt good for either player because she was going full steam there. That is the second personal foul on Danielle Robinson, so keep an eye on that. 6th team foul. Baylor will be in the 1-on-1, 1-and-1 from here on out. OU cannot afford, though, to get Danielle Robinson in foul trouble. You're exactly right. I was just going to say they're a whole different team when she's not leading them. Melissa Jones, the contested jumper, and it's down to a 5-point game. And that is why Baylor is the number 5th ranked team in the country. They're not just going to go away. So Oklahoma got to get something going here on the offensive end. Courtney Paris. Nice pass to Ashley for 2. How about that? Courtney Paris, the point guard, dribbles around up top, dribbles
dribbles into the paint to draw defenders and then makes the perfect dish.
Courtney has 8, Ashley has 7. The long three for Melissa Jones. First 3 of the day for Baylor.
Deep, and she shoots 37% from behind the arc. But that was deep.
28-24. Hand, Robinson. 15 on the shot clock. Ashley back to the basket, hand off to Robinson. Pull up 15-footer on the wing, rattles home.
She is so good off the bounce. Three-point shooting is not her thing. You see her pass up some perimeter shots early in the possession.
Second basket of the game for D-Rob. Turnaround is blocked by Ashley, but there is Wilson for 2. Put back. 9 points now for Danielle Wilson to lead all scorers. Back the other way, Danielle Robinson. A block is called.
And the
basket is good.
Yep, they count the bucket. That's where Robinson is so tough. I mean, she takes the ball in full court. She can just put it in another gear and go by defenders that are standing waiting for her and weave through everybody else's defenders and lay it in. And she had some English on that one because it hung out there.
Very good at finishing with either hand, too. She's very good left-handed. Robinson will shoot the free throw. Best of the Big 12 here, 93%. Makes that one. She's now 68 of 73 at the free throw line.
Amazing.
So far this season. 7 points on the day for D-Rob.
That's amazing. And, you know, we've talked earlier about how important guard play is for teams. That gets magnified in the postseason. But one of the reasons why guard play is so important, and that's a perfect example. I mean, they handle the ball all the time, and nobody wants to put Danielle Robinson on the free throw line because she'll kill you. Robinson
now will head to the bench. Jasmine Player in for the first time. And Courtney Paris rips the ball away from Wilson. Here comes Player, left wing. Thompson lobbed down low to Ashley Paris, who had sealed off and had good position. Foul will be called. Take another look at this block.
Yeah, I love how you said it, Toby. She ripped it. She gets blocked. Give Wilson credit. She's down there.
I'll take that.
All the pink jerseys, but yeah. Courtney says, I don't think so.
5 blocks on the day for the Sooners. 4th team foul on Baylor, so OU will inbound baseline.
And actually, she got blocked twice down there. Amanda Thompson got that first one.
Courtney kick out to Jasmine Player, nearly stolen. Ashley Paris will put it on the floor. Amanda Thompson getting fancy on us here. 13 on the shot clock. Thompson gives it to Courtney in the post. Double team out to Ashley. 6 on the shot clock. Player with 4 will launch from 18 feet. Got it! That was I have no other option shot by Jasmine Player, but it went in.
Jasmine Hartman, actually.
I'm sorry.
But, and you got to love that. When you have your reserves coming off the bench that play just a few minutes a game, her job is to give a blow to Danielle Robinson. When she can step up and hit clutch shots like that, that's just huge.
Quick answer by Danielle Wilson, who has 11 points now. Back to a 7-point game. We have a whistle and a timeout. Sherry Cole wants to chat. 3:42 to go first half. OU leading 35-28. Sooners led in scoring by Courtney Paris, who has 8. Ashley and Danielle Robinson 7 apiece. Baylor led by Danielle Wilson, who has 11. OU red hot here in the first half. 16 of 28 from the field. That's 57%. And the rebound margin that was so wide early, 9-2 at one point, it's been closed. It's now 14-13, OU by 1. Take a look at some of Danielle Robinson's passing in half number 1.
Well, she was, for a while there, she had 5 straight assists with 0 turnovers. Then she had a few turnovers a couple minutes ago, but these are not easy passes. Not only is she finding open people, her timing is perfect. So she has been solid already. Just great job being the quarterback of this team.
Be interesting to see if Robinson comes back in here in the first half. Whitney Hand's 3 is no good. She has 2 fouls, 3:34 to go till halftime. Sherry Cole may leave her on the bench to try to avoid picking up that 3rd foul. We take a timeout. Sooners lead it by 7. You're watching Sooner basketball on the Sooner Sports Network. Oklahoma Sooner basketball is brought to you by Fowler Honda. For over 35 years, the Fowler Auto Group has approved 85% of all credit applications. Don't wait, get approved today at Fowler Honda, mile of cars Norman. And by Walden Cleaners. Help us help the fun by returning your hangers to any one of our 4 Norman locations. Top 5 showdown today in the Lloyd Noble Center in North. Been a good first half. OU leading right now by 7, 35-28 over Baylor. And Kim Mulkey was not happy with some of the officiating going to that break. She was giving them an earful. 2 of the most fiery and well-respected head coaches in all of women's basketball squaring off yet again here today. Timeout's over. It is Sooner basketball. They are dressed in pink today. Amanda Thompson, Jasmine Hartman, Whitney Hand, and the Paris twins on the floor. Thompson will launch a 3. She doesn't shoot from out there very often, and it's short. Left side, quick 3 by Jessica Morrow, no good. Sails out of bounds. It'll be OU ball.
So I always think the last 3 minutes of the half and the first 3 minutes of the second half are just so key. And Oklahoma, who started off with a bang, and they've kind of settled down, and Baylor's climbed in just a little. Really key here to try to extend that lead and put an exclamation point on things here to finish the first half.
Thompson, free throw line. Hartman, pass down low to Courtney Paris is high, and it goes out of bounds off the fingertips of CP.
Another Sooner turnover. That's one area they have got to tighten up. That's 5.
Kelly Griffin into the front court for Baylor. Lady Bears would love to grab some momentum headed to the locker room here after they trailed at one point by 15 here in the first half. Morgan Medlock spins, shoots over Ashley Paris, no good. And Ashley has the board to Jasmine Hartman. She'll run down the lane, throws it up off the glass, short. Medlock the board for Baylor.
And it's been one and done for the Sooners, too. They've turned it over a couple times, then it's one and done. So Baylor, who we've talked about being such a great rebounding team, is doing their job on the boards.
Medlock miss. Courtney Paris the rebound. She says slow it down. Nearing the 2-minute mark here in the first, and Hartman looks back at the bench for the call. Kelly Griffin almost snuck in there on her. Hartman around to Courtney Pick. Ten on the shot clock. Amanda Thompson, bounce pass. Ashley Paris, double team, kick out, and now they will call Melissa Jones for kicking the basketball. They'll reset the shot clock to 15. Hand looking for help on the inbound, finally hands it off to Courtney Paris. Sooner offense has slowed down, become a little bit stagnant here late in the first half. Ashley Paris, the jumper, short. Chases down the rebound. It goes out of bounds off of Danielle Wilson. It'll stay with OU. Sherry Cole's team raced out of the blocks today after the opening tip. You got to credit Kim Mulkey's Lady Bears for hanging in there. On the baseline, Whitney Hand steps out of bounds. That'll be turnover number 6. Baylor with a chance to cut into it again here. Kelly Griffin. OU man-to-man the whole way here in the first half. Player on the left wing. It deflects off a Sooner hand. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Baylor. Naisha Stevenson will check in for Amanda Thompson. Lady Bears to inbound, baseline. Player looking to a cutting Melissa Jones. Whitney Hand knocks it out of bounds.
Toby, big defensive possession here for the Sooners. They really have gone ice cold here in the last couple minutes. So when that happens, that's one thing, but then you've got to put stops on the other end, which they haven't done. So this is a big possession.
We have said pass deflected so many times today on both ends of the court. These two teams defensively really played well in the first half. Medlock turn around. There's another deflected shot by Courtney Paris. Here comes Danielle Robinson back in the game, pushing. Right corner, Stevenson. Thought about the 3. Sooners now will get it to Robinson to set it up. 1 minute mark of the first half. OU would love to push this lead to double digits. Baylor would like to make it 3 or 4 before the break. Hand's long distance shot is no good. Here comes Baylor. Both teams have gone ice cold. Player runs with it like a fullback through the lane. No good, no call. No good by Melissa Jones, but a foul is called now, and she'll shoot 2. Sooner fans wanted to walk on Jasmine Player.
Sherry Cole not happy. You know, the Sooners, interesting. I mean, this is not a team that has struggled at all offensively all year long. And it looks like because they're struggling offensively, it's affecting them a little bit on the defensive end now.
Jones 2 for 2 from the stripe today. Make it 3 for 3 as she hits the first. 5'10" sophomore from Legacy High School in Thornton, Colorado. Got them both. 9 points off the bench for Melissa Jones. 5-point game. Quickly the other way, Robinson. Robinson now will set it up.
Big here for the Sooners. They've gone several minutes here without a field goal.
Courtney, good position down low, off the glass, no, but a foul on Danielle Wilson. Paris will shoot 2. Take another look here with under 30 seconds to go in the half. Good position on the block by Courtney Paris. Tough to stop that without a foul. Second personal on Wilson. And a timeout is called by Kim Mulkey. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Well, Kim Mulkey's going to talk about, she's got 1 possession, offensive possession left. So after these makes by Courtney Paris, they're going to walk the ball up the court and try to get the last shot of the half and try to go in with the momentum.
Look at your positive attitude on the free throw shooting. I like that. 53% Courtney Paris is on the season, but you're giving her 2.
Well, you know what?
I like that. That's a coach right there. I like that.
And talking to Jared, their SID, and Sherry Cole earlier, Courtney always hits the big shots. She always hits the big free throws. And a couple at the end of the half, when they haven't had a field goal in several minutes, are going to be big ones. I think she's going to put these down, Toby.
All right. I'm anxiously awaiting. We'll see. First 2 free throws of the day for Paris, who is 2 points away from double figures. Of course, the 112-game double-double streak came to an end earlier this season against Tennessee. So far today, 8 points, 6 rebounds. And she has suffered the jinx of Patty Phillips.
I didn't know it had that much power. I like it.
One for 2. 9 points now for Courtney, and the final possession of the first half will go to Baylor. 36-30, Sooners lead. Kelly Griffin picked up by Jasmine Hartman. Danielle Robinson goes to the bench. They don't want her to pick up that 3rd foul. Griffin, right wing now, to a cutting Zachariasen. Whitney Zachariasen into the game for the first time, and she will immediately walk to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Well, Baylor has done a great job of putting the ball on the floor, getting to the rim, and drawing contact, so they're getting to the free throw line. Oklahoma is not yet in the bonus, and Baylor's been there for about the last 5 minutes.
Foul was on Ashley Paris. That is her 2nd. So some key players in this game will go to the locker room with 2. Ashley, Danielle Robinson, Danielle Wilson for Baylor. Zachariasen, sophomore from Little Rock, Arkansas, hits 1 of 2. So the last possession will instead go to the Sooners here in the first half.
Sherry Cole made a strategic decision to put Danielle Robinson back in for this last offensive possession.
Robinson around an Ashley Paris pick, drives, and she's fouled on the way. See if they say she was going up or not. That is only, I believe, the 6th team foul on Baylor. Kim Mulkey not happy. They are going to give Danielle Robinson 2 shots, and what do you think?
Well, they're still talking about
it. Should have been on the floor.
Yeah. That's a break for the home team.
Jasmine Player called for the foul, and you don't want Danielle Robinson at the line if you're Kim Mulkey. You do if you're Sherry Cole. Well, she missed the first one, and she has suffered the jinx of Toby Rowland, so I'm right there with you now.
We're very powerful people.
We need to 93% on the season. And you have just witnessed a rare thing, a missed Danielle Robinson free throw. Got it, 2nd. Robinson will come back out. Hartman back in, 5.7 to go. The lead is 6 for OU, 37-31. Quickly, Kelly Griffin up the right side, 3 seconds. 2, she'll take it all the way. Layup is no good. Hartman the rebound, and we're at halftime. The only player in double figures at halftime is Danielle Wilson, who has 11. Sooners led by Courtney Paris, who has 9. And we go courtside now to Patty Phillips, who is joined by Sooner head coach Sherry Cole. Patty?
Sherry, talk about the first half. You started off on fire, 7 of 8. You cooled off offensively. Was it you or was it the Baylor defense?
I really felt like it was us. I mean, I want to give them all the credit in the world. They're a great team, but we missed the wide open layup, and it was almost as if it woke us up and we went, shoot, we're human. We were really clicking until then. We missed some pretty easy shots. We had a couple of defensive possessions where we just weren't on the same page and gave them easy looks. That's how they got back into it.
Yeah, you talked earlier about contesting shots was going to be a big key for you. They're shooting the ball much better today, but they're also getting the free throw line, so you're playing good defense, and yet you're getting the fouls called.
Well, we felt like we gave them too many shots in the paint. That was one of the keys for us. If you look at the shot chart, there are a lot of them taken right in here. So we've got to shore that up a little bit. Earlier help and quicker recovery.
All right, Sherry, thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
Toby, back to you.
37-31. Sooners lead it by 6 at halftime. We'll take a timeout. Take a look at the rest of the Big 12. First half stats and much more ahead. You're watching Sooner basketball on the Sooner Sports Network. We are at halftime. Toby Rowland and Patty Phillips back with you inside the Lloyd Noble Center in Norman. Shawnee Honda brings you this look at the Big 12. Shawnee Honda, all new Honda models in stock all the time. And Patty, one final in the books today. Texas A&M beat Texas in College Station 76-65.
Well, it just tells you about this conference. I mean, Texas has been ranked. They've been up and down. They've had some huge wins, and that was a tough game. A&M jumps up a couple notches. Iowa State bounced back with the win against Nebraska the other night. There's a big game later on today, Texas Tech at Oklahoma State, and that's in the bottom half. But I mean, those two teams are going to be scrambling to try to get in to the NCAA tournament. You know, this conference is going to get 6 teams in, possibly 8. So that 7th and 8th in there is really critical. Of course, you know, Oklahoma has a chance to run the tables, and that's why today's game is so much more important than normal. And of course, Baylor is a tough one. So just a really, really tough conference, one of the toughest in the nation. And when you're talking about being the 8th team in the conference and a chance to go to the big dance, that's something.
Big 12 tournament's going to be something else, isn't it, this year? Take a break. When we come back, a very special interview for you. You're watching OU versus Baylor, presented by Verizon Wireless. Welcome back. We're at halftime. Second-ranked Oklahoma leading fifth-ranked Baylor 37-31. And courtside, Toby Rowland with you, joined now by Kelly Collier of OU Outreach. Welcome, Kelly.
Thanks,
you are the
Toby.
title sponsor of today's Pack the Place Pink Day. Tell us why.
Well, I'm not actually the title sponsor. Outreach is the title sponsor, and I couldn't be any more thrilled. Basically, Outreach, for those who don't know, is both credit and non-credit programs through the University of Oklahoma. It used to be called the College of Continuing Education. Basically, we are a community partner more than anything, and I think that's why we attached ourselves to this cause. And as you can see, Coach Cole delivering that message, it couldn't be any more appropriate right now.
What type of degrees do you offer for people?
Well, we have, I think the main thing is we offer several degrees on the bachelor's and the master's level, but the thing that is our niche, I guess, that we do at Outreach is our degrees are offered in a non-traditional format. We offer degrees for working adults. So there are a lot of programs that you might hear about on the radio, TV. OU has an opportunity for an adult to come and finish a degree, either evenings, weekends, online, in the liberal arts capacity, humanities, natural science, social science. You're not going to become a doctor going to school online, but if you want to finish a degree, you're an adult, Outreach has something for you.
A lot of people think of adult education, they think expensive. Not necessarily the case, though, with you guys, right?
No, well, it's funny that you ask. In-state tuition is what we charge a little bit less because our students who are online or who are coming on weekends don't typically use some of the facilities on campus, like the athletic facilities, the Houston Huffman Center, the pool, things like that. So it's a little bit less than the typical student. I think about $222 a credit hour, so it's definitely cheaper than a private school, less expensive than a private school, and it's definitely less expensive than the other major state school. I wanted to put that out there.
Well, a great event to be associated with today. The website is outreach.ou.edu.
Correct.
Did I get that right?
That's
outreach.ou.edu. It is OU Outreach. Check it out. Sounds like a good deal. Kelly, nice to meet you.
Thanks, Toby.
We're at halftime. Sooners lead it by 6. You're watching Sooner basketball on the Sooner Sports Network. Welcome back. OU by 6, 37-31. We are at halftime. Let's take a look at the halftime stats brought to you by Oklahoma Farm Bureau. Field goal shooting, OU 48%. Both teams only one three-pointer, though, so far.
Yeah, you know, in Oklahoma, we started out 7 for 8. They cooled off. In fact, did not hit a field goal for the last, we think, 4 minutes of that first half, still shooting almost 49%, so that's a good thing. Look at the turnovers, though. Interesting stat here. Baylor only has 5 turnovers, but Oklahoma has converted that into 11 points. That's huge. So taking care of the basketball is big, but when they're turning it over, it's turning into points for Oklahoma.
Quick start for the Sooners. They had a 15-point lead. Why was Baylor able to cut back into it, though? Down only 6 at halftime.
Well, you know, we heard Sherry talk about that a little bit at halftime. You know, they missed that wide-open layup, and then I think it was more Oklahoma came out with the energy of this facility and the arena. Everyone's in pink. It's a packed house. There's not an empty seat here. So they came out with all the energy. Then they just settled into playing normal basketball. And normal basketball against the number 5 ranked team in the nation means it's going to be tougher to get open shots. So I think they'll get back on track, but I think they just kind of came down emotionally a little bit.
Here's something to keep an eye on in half number 2. Baylor has 31 points at halftime. When they score 60 or more this year, they haven't lost. 20-0. We'll see if that Sooner defense can hold them under that number here in the second half. Take a timeout. Second half action straight ahead. You're watching OU versus Baylor, presented by Verizon Wireless. OU leads it at halftime here in the Lloyd Noble Center. Scoring leaders, Danielle Wilson at 11 in the first half for Baylor. Courtney Paris with 9 to lead the way for Oklahoma. Scores from around the Big 12 and across the country are brought to you by the Oklahoma Chevy Team Dealers. One final today in the Big 12. Texas A&M winning in College Station over Texas, 76-65. 9th-ranked Louisville, a winner on the road at Villanova today by 14, and 22nd-ranked Pitt, an easy winner over Cincinnati. We're set for half number 2. Sooners start. Both teams start the way they started the game. That means Danielle Robinson, Whitney Hand, Amanda Thompson, Ashley, and Courtney Paris for OU. Jessica Morrow, Danielle Wilson, Rachel Allison, Jasmine Player, and Kelly Griffin for Baylor. And we have a jump ball called, and it'll immediately give the ball back to Baylor.
Well, that's pretty much a turnover, meaning another possession that Oklahoma did not get to shoot and have an attempt to score. And when we talked about they went ice cold to end the first half, they hit a couple free throws but did not have a field goal for the last 4 minutes of that first half.
Allison to Griffin. Baylor trailed by 15 in the first half. Cut it to as few as 4. 6-point halftime lead as Whitney Hand deflects the pass out of bounds. If you are just joining us, OU obviously wearing the pink uniforms today, promoting the women's cancer awareness and the KYOW WBCA Cancer Fund. In fact, everybody in the Lloyd Noble Center basically wearing pink today. 5 on the shot clock. Griffin, right wing, has to hurry and get something up. She'll fire a long 3. Banked it in, and it's a 3-point game.
Off the glass. She did not call that. And, you know, I think Baylor went into the locker room with a little momentum, and they have come out with a little momentum.
Hand the 3 in the corner. No good. Rims out. 3 ball would tie it here for the Lady Bears. Griffin pushes ahead. Morrow stops, pops in the lane. Got it. It's down to 1. First basket of the game for Morrow.
Just like that. And I think Oklahoma's inability to get a 3 ball to go down is part of the problem here. Whitney Hand has really struggled recently, and you know, I talked to her before the game.
Courtney Paris misses, but she draws a foul. She'll shoot 2.
She was 0 of 5 from 3 against Texas Tech, and you know, she slits her fingers because she shoots so much. In fact, after the shoot around today, everyone's long gone and she's still shooting. And I said, is she always the last one? And Sherry Cole said, absolutely. She shoots hundreds of shots, so much though that it causes her fingers to bleed. And she said that it's normally her index finger, and it was her second finger that had been bleeding, and she thought it had been hurting so much that she had changed her shot a little bit, and on the release was putting a little more pressure on one of her different fingers. So she said she thought that was a good sign that she figured it out, and they really could use her to get back on track. Just 2 of 8 from 3 in the last 3 games. 0
for 4 today is Whitney Hand from 3. Sooners as a team 1 of 7. Baylor could tie it or take the lead for the first time today with a 3-pointer here. Griffin will fire, put on the line. It's a 2-pointer, but the game is tied.
So Baylor's come out with a stop, 3 straight possessions with scores, and a foul, and gave up a free throw. But Baylor has come out playing defense and on fire offensively.
Thompson, 15-foot tough fadeaway on the baseline. No, she got her own offensive rebound, though. New possession for the Sooners.
So these are the little things that create energy for your team. An offensive rebound, getting a steal, getting a putback, a big shot. So Oklahoma, if they're having trouble scoring, they got to find other ways to get energy offensively.
Robinson tries to feed Courtney Paris in the post. Pass is kicked by Kelly Griffin. It'll be Sooner basketball, 17 on the shot clock. Hand will inbound, does so to Ashley Paris, who will come out to Danielle Robinson to reset. Corner pass stolen away by Morrow. 2-on-1 Baylor. Morrow right side, cross to Griffin, stolen away by Robinson. She'll push the other way, 3-on-2. Robinson, free throw, stop, pop, short, offensive board, Thompson.
Great defense by Danielle Robinson. She did not lose her cool after turning the ball over, went down. That was a huge stop. Now, Oklahoma's got to get a bucket here.
Whitney Hand now 0 for 5 from three-point range today. We are tied 38 all after the Sooners had a 15-point first half lead. Courtney Paris the steal to Robinson. A floater in the lane is good.
So finally, about 6 minutes, Oklahoma went without a field goal.
First field goal for OU since the 4:09 mark of the first half. Closer to 7 minutes then. Griffin, bounce pass to Allison. She's been quiet today. Long on the baseline shot. Courtney Paris the rebound. 10.7 rebounds now for CP. Robinson holds, top of the key to Thompson. Thinks about a three. Shovels it over now to Ashley Paris. 13 on the shot clock. She'll drive baseline. Allison tried to draw a charge, and she did. Offensive foul called on Ashley Paris. That is her third personal. Take another look, Patty. Good or bad call here?
Well, you know, it's the same thing that happened earlier. All that Ashley did was put her elbow out a little bit because the defense was not set. And last time that happened, that also went the way of Baylor. So Baylor has gotten both of those calls.
Ashley Paris will sit down with 3 personal fouls. Carly Roethlisberger in place of her. As Jasmine Player hits the jumper to once again tie the game up at 40 all. Naisha Stevenson also in for OU.
The other thing Baylor has done, see, when Baylor's scoring, first of all, it doesn't let Oklahoma get rebounds and get out in transition. So Oklahoma's having to set up in their half-court offense, which has been a little stagnant.
Roethlisberger rims out the 3, much to the dismay of big brother Ben, who was standing when that ball was in the air on the baseline, hoping it would go in. Now wearing, we got to get a shot of Ben Roethlisberger again, guys. He's now wearing a pink shirt. Melissa Jones gives Baylor their first lead of the day.
And Baylor, because Oklahoma is missing shots, Baylor's getting the rebounds and they're getting out in transition, and their buckets have come in transition.
Danielle Robinson, basket and foul, and she will try to give the lead back to the Sooners. There's Big Ben. Pack the place pink. Let's hope the Steelers don't get a hold of this video. They may not let him live that one down. Game tied 42 all. Danielle Robinson will be at the free throw line to try to give OU the lead again. You're watching OU versus Baylor, presented by Verizon Wireless. Dodge Ram never back down from a challenge. We are tied 42 all. It was 37-31 OU at halftime. So Baylor has outscored the Sooners 11-5 out of the locker room. Sherry Cole's team, though, can retake the lead if Danielle Robinson can complete the three-point play here. She's at the free throw line. 12 points now today for D-Rob to lead the Sooners.
Well, I think that'll be a key for Oklahoma here in the second half, is to be more aggressive offensively and get to the foul line and get in the bonus situation, which did not happen in the first half. And sometimes when you're not shooting the ball well, you got to get to the free throw line and get the freebies. And Oklahoma just 2 of 7 here in the second half from the floor. Baylor, on the other hand, 5 of 7, shooting 71%. So Baylor's red hot. Oklahoma's got to clamp it on defense here.
The lead swings back to the Sooners by 1. Lob down low to Allison, who got loose, missed the layup. Courtney Paris flies in for the rebound. Robinson, right wing, kicks corner. Naisha Stevenson for 3. Back iron, no. Allison the board. Jasmine Player stops, fires just inside the arc. I think Courtney Paris got the block. She definitely got the rebound. Triple team, gets it out to Stevenson.
That's amazing. I mean, people don't know how tough it is. She's getting that rebound.
Hands for 3. No, she's 0 for 6 now from behind the arc.
With 3 Baylor players hanging on her, and she's getting fouled and hammered, and she's hanging on to that ball.
Good up and down action. Allison for three. She's back iron, no. Offensive board, Danielle Wilson in the middle of four Sooners grabbed it. Repost down low. Hooks it over Courtney Paris and good. Baylor wrestles the lead back.
You can just sense that if Oklahoma could get one of those threes to go, it would, you know, open the floodgates. It would really take the lid off the basket, but just struggling on the other hand. They've got to continue. They can't get away from Courtney Paris, the All-American.
There's the turnover. Sooners now 1 of 11 from three-point range, and I think that Whitney Hand, yeah, her finger is not pointing in the right direction. She dislocated her finger. You might want to watch the camera on that one, guys. That is ugly. She dislocated her finger on that pass, and she's going to go to the bench. See if they can reset that thing. That was ugly looking.
Yeah.
Jenny Vining will come in. Let's hope it's a dislocation, I should say. Jenny Vining will come in for the first time today for OU, the 5'9" sophomore from Marshall, Arkansas. They're going to take Whitney Hand directly to the locker room and try to get you an update on her condition. Wilson cut off by Courtney Paris. That has been a big-time battle all day. May have traveled. They don't call it. They give her the bucket and call the foul on Courtney Paris.
And Baylor has done a great job at taking the ball right at the Sooners. Take a look here.
We may have changed pivot foots there. I'm not sure, but the basket is good. Foul on Courtney is her second.
There's been a lot of physical play. That might have been some touches, but definitely not the most physical play we've seen down low.
16 points now today for Danielle Wilson, leading all scorers, and Baylor has a 4-point lead, their biggest of the day. Stevenson to Vining, and an offensive foul, illegal screen called on Ashley Paris. That will be her fourth person. Now you've got Whitney Hand in the locker room. She's coming back out now with an injury, and Ashley Paris has 4 personal fouls, so some trouble for Sherry Cole's team.
Yeah, this team is deep, though. I mean, they have always had different players that have stepped up for them all year long, but not an ideal situation. You're right.
Lob down low to Medlock, who got away and lays it in.
Now, Baylor has done that the last 2 possessions. They have cleared out on one side. They've gotten the Oklahoma defender high side, and on the lob, there is no help.
Robinson maneuvering through traffic. Reach-in foul is going to be called on Jasmine Player. I think it's safe to assume that it was a dislocation for Whitney Hand. She's back out on the bench, fingers taped up. Obviously, if it was broken, she wouldn't be, and then she's going to go check back in. The good news is it's on her non-shooting hand. It's on her left hand, so I think we will see Whitney Hand again in the game. Jenny Vining had troubles getting it in, finally does. Robinson, bounce pass to Courtney Paris, triple team, ball stripped away, stolen. Jones goes baseline, cut off by Stevenson to Medlock, who runs over Carly Roethlisberger. That'll be an offensive foul.
That's a big play. Oklahoma needs to get something going. And see, this is that same call that they've gone either way on. The defense might not be totally set, but if the offense is kind of dipping their shoulder or putting your head down or pushing that arm out, they're calling it offensively.
Sooners led it by 6 at halftime. Baylor leads it by 6, 7 minutes into the second half. 2 versus 5. OU trying to all but wrap up the regular season Big 12 title. Courtney Paris, good position. Right-hand hook is too hard. And Medlock yanks down the board.
And, you know, Baylor is playing. Notice the defenses are different for both teams. Baylor's playing completely behind Courtney, letting her catch, but trying to push her off the block. Oklahoma had been playing kind of high side against post players, and that's where they've been able to slip around.
Melissa Jones tried to force it up through 2 defenders. No luck. Stevenson has it. Stevenson around a Courtney Paris pick. Free throw, kicks corner to Robinson. Goes baseline, and she's cut off by Kelly Griffin. And a block is called on Griffin.
Oh.
Get a technical?
I'm not sure.
Well, there's Kim Mulkey, who is being restrained by 3 assistant coaches right now. Inbounds to Courtney Paris. We did not get a technical. Stevenson has it.
Look at the physical play with Paris and Wilson, a lot of pushing going on down there.
Now they get it to Courtney in the post. She'll go right-hand hook again, blocked by Wilson. Boy, those two have had a war today in the post.
They really have. And Courtney's doing all the work now. This is the first time that there's been no perimeter game for the Sooners.
Second block by the now number 3 all-time shot blocker in Big 12 history, Danielle Wilson. Double team Medlock has her shot blocked by Courtney Paris. There's nothing coming easy for either team down low right now. Pass sails out of bounds. Last touch by Baylor. It's OU basketball. Well, Kim Mulkey was not happy, but she should be with her team's play right now. Baylor leads it by 6. You're watching Sooner basketball on the Sooner Sports Network. Roland, Patty Phillips back with you inside Norman's Boyd Noble Center. Got a good one for you today. 5th-ranked Baylor right now with a 6-point lead over 2nd-ranked Oklahoma. The Sooners looking for their 20th consecutive win this season. Sherry Cole's squad has not suffered a setback since November. Last time they lost a game, undefeated in Big 12 play. The Sooners 11-0, but Baylor can make it a race if they can win today here in Norman. They would pull within 1 game of OU in the Big 12 standings.
Both teams a lot riding on this game, and you know, if the Sooners win, the 20th straight win would be a new school record. They have just broken so many records personally with Courtney Paris and other things that they've done. But a key here down the stretch, 11 minutes left. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. 12 turnovers. And when you're not shooting the ball very well, just 2 of 11 this half, you've got to make sure you give yourself every chance at scoring.
Vining, Stevenson, Thompson, Courtney Paris, Danielle Robinson on the floor for OU. Stevenson got an open look in the lane, but missed it.
2 for 12 in the second half.
Player, Medlock, Morrow, Wilson, and Jones on the floor in black for Baylor. Ashley Paris on the bench with 4 personal fouls. Whitney Hand on the bench with a dislocated left finger, although I think she will come back in. Wilson rims it out.
You know, Baylor's done a nice job also of taking Oklahoma out of any type of transition offense.
Jenny Vining thought about the long 3. Bounce pass to Amanda Thompson. She's cut off. Out to Robinson. Now Vining fires the 3. 1 for 12 now the Sooners are from 3-point range.
And 2 for 13 just shooting here in the second half. 2 field goals.
Whitney Hand back in. Vining sits down. You see the left fingers there taped. It was her left index finger that was dislocated on that pass moments ago. Jones, top of the key, guarded by Hand. Player looks low for Medlock, goes instead to Wilson. Free throw line, drives down the lane, cut off by Courtney Paris. Good defense. Thompson the board.
Courtney is being a hero today. We haven't talked about her much. Her defense has been absolutely phenomenal. She's not getting a break because of foul trouble by Ashley Paris. And they're double and triple teaming her down there. They're making it really tough to get the looks. That's why Oklahoma's getting all the perimeter looks, because they're all over Courtney inside.
Offensive foul, illegal screen on Amanda Thompson. Her first personal. Sherry Cole didn't like that call. You mentioned Courtney Paris, 10 points, 10 rebounds, 5 blocked shots today.
And her stats look great, but she has done even better than what the stats show.
Baylor trying to build on a now 6-point lead. Medlock in the post, working on Thompson. Backing, spinning. Shot is no good. There's rebound number 11 for Courtney Paris. Danielle Robinson wants to push. Left side, does so. Cuts through the lane, lays it in like a bullet to the board that time.
And there it is. The lid's been taken off. See if Oklahoma can carry that momentum now. Only the 3rd field goal of the second half. And what else does that do, Toby? Look, it gets this 12,000 people on their feet. Very smart timeout by Kim Mulkey.
Kim Mulkey knows exactly that. Don't want the crowd to get into it. 15 points now for Danielle Robinson. We'll take a timeout as well. 49-45, Baylor on top. You're watching Sooner basketball on the Sooner Sports Network. Oklahoma Propane presents the 6th man. Today's 6th man is Nyesha Stevenson. 5 points today for Nye off the bench, including 1 3-pointer, the only 3 that the Sooners have hit.
That's right. She's got 5 points. But the big one was the 1 3-pointer, and Sooners just 1 of 12, so that was bigger than it looks. Hopefully she can get on track a little more here.
Sixth Man is brought to you by your Oklahoma propane dealer. Safe, clean, and dependable. You can always depend on propane and your propane dealer. Propane delivers. Timeout is over. Sold out Lloyd Noble Center trying to urge their Sooners on to a come-from-behind victory. Something that OU accomplished earlier this week in Lubbock, Texas, when they trailed by 9 with 8 minutes to go and went on a 16-2 run to close out that game. And of course, OU earlier this season posted the biggest regular season comeback in NCAA history. Turnover on Jasmine Player.
That's right, against the Cal Bears, down 26 points with 19 minutes left. So they're capable of scoring a lot of points. Well, we saw that, you know, what they scored in the first minute of the ball game. I think they had 6 or 8 points, and so they can get it going in a flurry. They've just got to get their offense back in rhythm.
Robinson to Paris in the post. Ashley Paris on the bench with 4 fouls. Naisha Stevenson splits defenders, lobs up an air ball.
Well, that time Baylor had nice rotation, and had she gone up, she thought she might get another charge call.
Morgan Medlock has played well off the bench today for Baylor. She's on the dribble. Danielle Robinson harassing her. Medlock puts it on the floor and will drive, and they're going to get D-Rob for a blocking foul on the floor. That'll be her 3rd personal.
And she's trying to make something happen here, but out top when she didn't get it, she needed to back off. She's got 3, because the foul was away from the basket. She's got 3 fouls now, still 9 minutes left to play. So D-Rob has got to be careful about playing aggressively, but cannot afford to get her in foul trouble.
Danielle Wilson will pick up the foul away from the basketball. Kim Mulkey has spent a significant amount of the day today unhappy with the officiating and didn't like that call.
And that was big because Morrow hit, or Melissa Jones hit the 3-pointer, which was called off because of that foul away from the basket.
That is the 3rd personal foul on Danielle Wilson. So some key players in this game going to battle foul trouble down the stretch. Hand has it left wing to Robinson. Courtney Paris calling for it in the post. Naisha Stevenson gives it to her. Kick out Thompson. She will launch a 3. Air ball. Rebound goes all the way out near midcourt. Stevenson has it. No shot clock reset. 10 on the shot clock. 5 now as Courtney has it in the post. Double team to a cutting hand. Reverse layup. No good. Got her own rebound sitting on the floor. And the shot clock does reset. It just grazed the iron. That reverse did. Hand open corner. Fires the 3. No. Offensive board. Robinson in.
And those are the kind of plays that change the momentum of a game. On the floor, Whitney Hand had the presence of mind to get the ball to a teammate. Look at the crowd. 12,000 strong. They've been waiting for something to get going with.
2-point game. Morrow fires the 3. It's blocked by Hand. Rebound is on the floor, still loose. Scramble for it. Kelly Griffin has it. I think she got a timeout. She did. Good heads-up play by Kelly Griffin. And she may be hurt, slow to get up. Robinson has 17 points now after the putback for the Sooners, and looks like Kelly Griffin is going to be okay. 6 on the shot clock. When play resumes, it will be Baylor basketball.
And, you know, these are 2 great coaches. I mean, 2 great coaches to 2 of the top 5 ranked teams in the country. Kim Mulkey, I think today, has been phenomenal in her timing of calling timeouts. Oklahoma, once again, got on a run. And actually, this would have been Oklahoma ball, but she called the timeout. So she stopped the crowd from going nuts, and she made sure that Baylor is going to get the ball here for these last 6 seconds of the possession.
See the rebound by Whitney Hand in the seated position. Missed the 3, but it did lead eventually to a Sooner basket by Danielle Robinson. OU now 1 for 14 from 3-point range. Just a wretched shooting day from behind the arc, but they trailed just by 2 with 7.5 to play.
But you know, Whitney Hand had a tough day at Baylor in Waco, but she hit a huge 3 down the stretch to give a little breathing room. So she's got a shooter's mentality. She's going to keep on shooting.
6 on the shot clock. Player spins, blocked by Amanda Thompson. 3-on-2. Thompson to Robinson. Corner to Stevenson. Open. 3 is in the air. Got it!
Finally! She started that with her defense, the great block. She got it to Danielle Robinson, who notched another assist tonight with a perfect pass to Stevenson.
Second three of the night for Stevenson. She's got 8. Sooners wrestle the lead back there, up 1. Air ball on the baseline. Wilson had the rebound, but stepped out of bounds. It'll be Oklahoma basketball. We have a timeout. 50-49, Sooners back on top. You're watching Sooner basketball on the Sooner Sports Network. Let's play of the game, and it was just moments ago. Defense leading directly to offense. Amanda Thompson, the block shot. Patty, it leads to the break.
2 huge things that get momentum. One is a great defensive play with the block, but then other, the three-pointer, and the Sooners sorely needed it. Huge play.
Our Verizon Wireless play of the game. Get the latest score, stats, and game highlights with ESPN MVP exclusively from Verizon Wireless, America's largest and most reliable wireless network. Oklahoma led it by 15 in the first half. Baylor clawed all the way back. Took the lead here in the second, actually up by 6 at one point. OU, though, has gone on a run, and the Sooners lead it by 1 with under 7 minutes to play in this top 5 showdown today in Norman. Sooners have tied a season high now with 10 blocks today. Turnover.
And that's just good defense by Baylor, actually. 2 players collapse on Robinson as she was trying to cut to the lane.
Player goes around Whitney Hand, off the glass, no good. Thompson the board for the Sooners.
Well, Whitney Hand, who's struggled a little bit offensively, has played so hard, has done some nice things defensively, diving for loose balls, and she's done a great job against Player.
Thompson, bounce pass low to Courtney Paris. Spin, left-hand hook, no. Wrestle for the rebound between Hand and Griffin. Jump ball called. It will be Sooner basketball. Melissa Jones back in for Baylor. Rachel Allison will sit down.
Actually, it's Morrow that Hand is doing a great job against. That was one of the matchups we talked about that was going to be key in the opening. Sherry Cole really focused on that. Jessica Morrow has just 2 points.
Hand needs help, and timeouts called by Sherry Cole. Trying to avoid a 5-second call there. 6:12 to go. This will be a 30-second timeout. Sooners by 1.
And, you know, Jessica Morrow on the other side is the best defensive player on Baylor. She always gets the toughest defensive assignments, and she's been all over Whitney Hand. We showed that first possession when Whitney Hand tried to shoot. Jessica Morrow was just all over her, and I think that's part of the reason why Whitney has had such a tough night. Morrow, but Whitney again doing great defense on her end since she's kept Morrow to just 2 points, who's been in double figures in all but 1 Big 12 game. So both of those players doing a great job defensively.
I'm told we have a shot of real men wear pink is what our producer said. So Ben Roethlisberger has been leading the cheers here in the second half. He should have been Super Bowl MVP.
That's right, and he very supportive of his younger sister.
Timeout's over. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He's actually been to several games. This is the first one this year, but he does a nice job of supporting her, and they talk all the time.
Courtney powers it up over Danielle Wilson. Got it and draws the foul. CP will go to the line for the 3-point play.
And when you talk about heroes, I just think Courtney has been the quiet hero today. Just a monster on the glass. And when they need another big bucket, she gets it done. And bigger than that, that's the 4th foul on Wilson, which will totally change the game for Baylor if they can get her out of there.
Amanda Thompson flies in for the rebound. May have gone over the back there, but they don't call it. Sooners keep it up 3 now. 4 fouls on Danielle Wilson. Courtney Paris says, give me the ball. Let me see if I can foul her out of here.
Let me take it to her.
Hand to Stevenson. Thompson. 12 on the shot clock. Now they give it to Courtney in the post. Backing, powers it up, missed it. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wilson. It'll stay Sooner basketball.
Danielle Wilson has her hands full right now. I mean, if you could imagine taking on one of the best players in the nation, 2-time All-American, and she's got 4 fouls.
Courtney has it. She says, somebody come get it from me. I'm behind the 3-point line. Pick, back to Courtney. Cross-court Stevenson launches a 3 again. Short this time. Thompson flies in for the board again.
The other unsung hero, Amanda Thompson, has been scoring of late. Double figures 3 of the last 4 games.
Courtney rebounds and puts it in. 14 now for Courtney Paris, and the Sooner lead is 5.
And I think you give that assist to Amanda Thompson. Boy, she gave the Sooners that extra possession, and they took advantage of it.
Morrow, right wing, drives off the glass. She got it to go, but they're going to wave it off, I believe. An offensive foul has been called on Jessica Morrow, and it's the queen of taking offensive fouls. Danielle Robinson draws the charge. Second personal, and we've got a timeout. The glare of Kim Mulkey. Don't read lips, folks. We will take a timeout. Sooners by 5, 54-49. Take a look at the offensive rebound before we go to break.
This is a game changer. Watch from out of nowhere. It's all 4 green jerseys, and Amanda Thompson finds a way to get in there.
The three-point attempt by Whitney Hand was deflected, fell right into the lap of Courtney Paris. This is, in fact, a 30-second timeout. We will not take a commercial break here. Sooners lead it by 5, a game that the lead is volleyed back and forth here in the second half. And here's a look at the charge taken by Danielle Robinson again. You make the call. Jessica Morrow on the drive.
Excellent, excellent job. I think Danielle Robinson doesn't get enough credit. She is always getting over from the weak side and coming over to help. She was exactly where she was supposed to be, and she got set. That was a great call and a great defense.
Foul trouble all over the place. Ashley Paris has 4. Danielle Wilson also has 4 for Baylor. Robinson lobbed down low to Courtney Paris, double team, doesn't care, hooks it up anyway, got it.
She is fired up, folks. You can see the Sooners are loosening up. They know they've got the All-American.
Reach in, scramble. We got 3 Sooners and Melissa Jones. Ball's on the floor. Still no jump ball called. Now finally, Wilson and Robinson called for the jump. It will be Baylor basketball on the alternating possession.
Kim Mulkey is she just gives everybody something to get on her about. It's physical. It's been physical both ways.
Griffin, right wing, 13 on the shot clock. Baylor now down 7. They led it by 6 at one point here in the second half. Near the 4-minute mark. Jones puts it on the floor. Pass stolen away by Robinson. Doesn't have numbers. She'll push it anyway. Left side. And lost it out of bounds.
Her speed, though, boy, she just puts it in another gear. And sometimes might get a little ahead of herself, but still, the super sophomore is definitely the heart and soul of this team.
Ashley Paris has been on the bench for a while. I think Sherry Cole likes this lineup she has on the floor right now, though. It's probably about time you could go back to her despite those 4 fouls. We got a whistle, a foul called on Whitney Hand, her second, and that leads us to a timeout. Sooners lead it by 7. You're watching OU versus Baylor, presented by Verizon Wireless. Toby Rowland, Patty Phillips back with you. 56-49. Sooners lead it by 7. Under 4 to play. We mentioned earlier in the game, Baylor has out-rebounded their opponents in 23 of 24 games, and they hold a plus 11.3, I believe, rebound advantage per game on their opponents. One of the key stats today, though, Patty, OU has out-rebounded Baylor 42-30.
Huge stat. Baylor is 4th in the nation in rebounding margin, and that was a big key. When one of Sherry Cole, first thing she said to me, and it was the last thing she said, rebounds, rebounds, rebounds. The Sooners have done that, and that really helped them when they struggled for a while, weren't getting buckets, and now that helped them, those extra offensive possessions. They've got 18 offensive rebounds, too. That's just phenomenal.
Courtney Paris, 13 boards. Amanda Thompson has 10 rebounds today. Timeout's over. Morrow puts the 3 in the air. It's short. Amanda Thompson, rebound number 11 of the day.
Yeah,
Lloyd Noble Center record, 12,906 fans in attendance today. Thompson, top of the key, joined on the court in pink by Hand, Robinson, Stevenson, and Courtney Paris. Stevenson thought about the 3. Goes instead to Robinson, just 6 on the shot clock. D-Rob stops, fires a 17-footer to line drive, no. Wilson to board. Here comes Baylor, down 7. Griffin hops through the lane, stolen away by Stevenson. 2-on-1. Stevenson right side, takes it all the way. Layup is no. Thompson another rebound, missed it. Whitney hand the putback.
That's great hustle. That's just hustle. That's Oklahoma hustling down. They had 3 players down on offense, and there was no Baylor players there.
Players 3 is no good, out of bounds. Ball back to the Sooners, who are on a major run here. 15-0 Sooner run. You know, late in the game against Tech, they went on a 16-2 run to put that one away. This is becoming a habit for Sherry Cole's squad.
Take a look at this great defense, and look, 1 Baylor player's back, then she ends up out of bounds. And look at all the Sooners down there. And this big run started with a huge 3-pointer by Stevenson, but then it was 3 big buckets by Courtney Paris.
Pass intended for a cutting Courtney, stolen away. OU by 9, 2:25 left. Baylor's got to make something happen. Allison straight on 3 is good. That helps.
Boy, that's a big swing on that turnover. If D-Rob had hit Courtney Paris, that would have been an easy 2. She was wide open. Instead, the turnover creates 3 points on the other, and that's really a 5-point swing.
Lead is trimmed to 6, 58-52, 2:19 to go. Third 3 of the day for Baylor. Jones, Allison, Griffin each have 1. Sooners have hit only 2, both by Nyesha Stevenson. It, of course, is Pack the Place Pink Day here in Norman. Sherry Cole talked about it earlier. And a great day here in Norman. In fact, you've seen it in arenas across the nation all year long as different teams wear pink uniforms in an effort to promote women's cancer awareness. 12,900 plus in pink here today, and the Sooners as well, as they've been treated to a big second half, although it's just a 6-point lead now for OU with 2:19 to go. Full court pressure by Baylor after the timeout.
So 2-possession ball game, and this really could go either way. This is crunch time for both teams. Very important possession here for the Sooners. They've got to get a good look at the basket. They want to crash, so if they don't get a score, they can pull it back out and work more of the clock off.
Do you find it interesting Courtney Paris or Sherry Cole has not gone back to Ashley Paris at all here after she got 4 fouls? Nyesha Stevenson 3. No, Courtney the offensive board and is fouled.
Well, you know, I think part of the reason is that this group has been in a rhythm. They went on the 15-0 run until that last 3-pointer. So Sherry Cole is very into the rhythm of her team and the rhythm of her offense.
It'll be a 1-and-1 for Courtney Paris. 53% shooter on the season. 2 for 5 from the line today. Offensive board, Amanda Thompson has been everywhere.
She is so tough. That is huge. And Sherry Cole saying, work another 30. That's a minute that gets ticked off that clock. The 30 seconds they used in the first possession, and now 30 more here in the second.
That is now a season-high 13 rebounds for Amanda Thompson, 8 of them on the offensive end.
That is just huge.
Robinson, top of the key, drives right side of the lane, kick out. Thompson, free throw line, got it!
And she deserves it. She deserves it. She has been a warrior on the glass.
8-point Sooner lead, 1:15 to go. Allison, tomorrow, fires the 3. Courtney the rebound. Fouled from behind by Morgan Medlock. Sooners will shoot free throws with a chance to salt it away here. 1:06 to go.
Boy, it's amazing. The Sooners went, it was 6 or 7 minutes without a field goal from the end of the first half into the beginning of the second half. But they have hit all of the big shots they needed to hit, and there was probably none bigger than that one right there. A little over a minute left in the ball game.
8th assist for Danielle Robinson. First free throw good for Courtney Paris. 17 points today for CP. A reminder, a win here gives OU a 3-game lead in the Big 12 race with 4 to go.
And pretty much, you said it earlier, and Toby, you're right, unless the wheels fell off completely, they're going to see another Big 12 regular season championship. But most importantly, they've got a shot at going undefeated, which is a huge feat in this conference, the toughest in the country.
Lead is 10. 1 minute to go. Nearly a turnover. Now Amanda Thompson plows through Melissa Jones. That'll be a foul. And really the first thing that Amanda Thompson has done wrong here in the second half as she commits a foul that'll send Melissa Jones to the free throw line.
And Whitney Hand got I think, slapped in the eye. She's had a rough day, God love her. She's gotten beat up.
Sherry Cole watching the clock saying, let's get some time on it. 1:01 to go. Can we please tick those seconds down? Melissa Jones. This will be a 1-1. Got the first. Here's your Pizza Hut delivery of the game. Pizza Hut, go for the good stuff. From the ground, Whitney Hand keeps the play alive, and it would eventually lead to a Danielle Robinson putback off the missed three. That's your Pizza Hut delivery of the game.
And that's something you don't see every day.
Jones misses the second, and guess who has the rebound? Amanda Thompson. Foul will send Danielle Robinson to the line. I think one of the things that gives Oklahoma a chance, one of many things that gives them a chance of going very deep, like Final Four deep or national championship caliber team, is little things like this. Danielle Robinson is a 93% free throw shooter, a player you can put the ball in her hands late in the game when it's foul time, and she's automatic at the line.
There's no way that you can put too much emphasis on that. You are exactly right. Well, guard play is what it takes to go deep in any tournament, and you know, every great championship team is led by great guards, and so Danielle Robinson is that, and the fact that she is such an outstanding free throw shooter, and the ball's going to be in her hands. And you know, when you're playing tournament time and the games are close, you got to have your guards being able to hit those free throws.
Three-pointer is good for Kelly Griffin. 8-point game, 64-56. Robinson, 19 points, 8 assists, 4 steals today. No foul here by Baylor, down by 8. Robinson says, that's fine, I'll just dribble. You surprised?
Yeah, I mean, if they were going to have a shot, they would have had to foul. But, you know, they close the gap to 8. That still is maybe just too tough to overcome with 30 seconds left.
Robinson with the shot clock winding down low, but there's Amanda Thompson with the rebound. 15th rebound of the day, 9th offensive rebound. Amanda Thompson, our Integris Heart player with heart, and for good reason today.
Just phenomenal. She's hit some big key shots, but her rebounding has just been unbelievable.
First free throw good. Amanda Thompson, our Integris Heart player with heart, showed her heart and desire during today's game. Integris Heart Hospital, where experts are bringing you life-saving answers.
And she has been in double figures 3 of the last 4 games, had 10 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists against Tech. So here in, you know, down that tough stretch in conference, early February is always tough. You're tired, and it's not yet close enough to tournament time to give you that extra punch. She has just come up big.
And that'll do it.
Big win for the Sooners, and it was hard fought against the number 5 team in the country, the Baylor Bears.
Final score, 66-58. OU sweeps the season series from Baylor, wins their 20th straight game. Sooners improved to 24-2 on the season, 12-0 in the Big 12. Baylor falls to 21-4, 9-3 in conference play. And listen to this number. We mentioned rebounding. Baylor has out-rebounded their opponents in all but one game this year, plus 11 average. Today, the Sooners out-rebound the Lady Bears 51-31. A 20-rebound advantage for Oklahoma, and I'm sure that's one of the things that Sherry Cole is going to want to talk about when she joins us here momentarily.
That's what the great teams do.
Final score again was 64-56, or 66-58, an 8-point win for the Sooners. We're joined courtside now by Sooner head coach Sherry Cole. Coach, we got to start with the play of Amanda Thompson. She was unbelievable for you today.
I can even think about. I was thinking this postgame needs to be the Amanda Thompson show.
Oh.
She was unbelievable. I have no idea how many rebounds she ended up with, but she made every effort play in the entire second half. She was just everywhere. Wherever the ball was, she was there, and great to see for her because there's not a better kid on the planet.
Yeah, 15 rebounds, and I think it was 9 offensive.
9 offensive.
Wow. And we needed every one of them because we were, what, 2 of 18 or something ridiculous from the three-point line?
Yeah, you were early. Yeah, and I think one of the greatest plays was she got that offensive rebound and went around the horn, and then she was the one that hit a crucial shot. I think you were up like 4 or something, and she gave a little bit more breathing room. So, yeah, she just had an outstanding day.
She was just terrific. Her energy was awesome. Her strength, you could see her physical strength going to the rim and playing post defense. bouncing. And Baylor did a great job. As soon as Ashley got her 4th foul and came out, they immediately went to overload because they knew we'd have to front their 4-man. And they got a couple, and then AT just did a great job of fighting to the front. And then Courtney in the back, too, just showing and kind of moving around and making them be indecisive about where to put the ball.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I thought Courtney was a hero, too. As she goes, you know, every night everyone expects her numbers to be huge, but she hit 3 huge baskets in a row for you. You guys were down, you hit a 3 to go up 1, and then Courtney hit 3, boom, 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 with 3 players hanging all over her.
As she has been her entire career, Patty, when we need her most, she shows up. And Danielle Wilson, again, credit to Baylor, did a great job of trying to take away her move to the middle. And when she finally began taking it to the middle and then returning to the baseline, she had some luck there and got some good angles and finished, and just was really a very physical game, and she was tough, I thought, the entire 40 minutes.
Let me give you another stat that's going to make you happy today, Coach. Rebounding, 51-31. You out-rebounded Baylor, who was one of the best rebounding teams in the nation, by 20 today.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. We were up by 4, I think, at half. It's one of those stats that we discuss at half, and felt like we had done a pretty good job on the boards. We quit getting offensive rebounds. We'd done a great job blocking them out. So that's effort. You know, rebounding is something anybody and everybody can do if you just set your mind to it. And I think that shows the poise and the character of our kids.
Finally, Coach, special day, pack the place, pink day. You had a record crowd, 12,900 to help you celebrate that today.
It's unbelievable. It was an awesome sight to come out of the tunnel and see it, and caps off an amazing run for Coach Yao.
Congratulations, Coach, on a big win.
Thanks.
Huge
Sooners
win.
win their 20th straight game today, 66-58 the final. Now 24-2 on the season and 12-0 in conference play. And they haven't necessarily technically wrapped up the Big 12 regular season title, but very close, as today came a long way in salting that away. We'll take a timeout. We'll wrap it up after this. You're watching OU versus Baylor, presented by Verizon Wireless. 66-58 the final. Second-ranked Oklahoma beats fifth-ranked Baylor in a game, Patty, that really felt kind of like Final Four atmosphere. In fact, 2 teams that very well could find themselves in St. Louis later this year.
2 top 5 teams, and yes, it was championship atmosphere. A packed house, almost 13,000 people. 2 great teams, a conference championship on the line. Swings both ways. Oklahoma was up by as many as 15, got down by as many as 6, and won by 8. I mean, we had it all. You had great defense, you had great rebounding. Amanda Thompson had an All-American type game today, but the All-American Courtney Paris stepped up big when needed, as Sherry Cole said. She always steps up big when it's crunch time, and she did. So it was just a phenomenal game.
The young man over your shoulder, though, was take that shot again. He was not necessarily thrilled. He's fallen asleep behind you there.
Yeah.
There he is. See? Yeah. Or maybe he's worn out from all the excitement.
That's right. Woo.
Let's take a look at the final stats here today, as the Sooners are led by Amanda Thompson, at least in the rebounding category. Look at the numbers, though. Sooners shoot 39-38. That was kind of a wash, but rebounding really was the difference.
It was huge, and you talked to Sherry about it earlier. Baylor is 4th in the nation in rebounding margin. They out-rebound their opponents by 11 boards per game. The fact that Oklahoma out-rebounded them by 20 is almost unheard of. We know for sure Amanda Thompson had at least 8 offensive boards. She finished with 15. It was just a great day for her. And then the leading scorers there, Danielle Robinson, the point guard, just did a phenomenal job. Courtney Paris, 18 points, but she had some crunch points down the stretch there. And Stevenson and Thompson both with 8.
15 rebounds apiece for Courtney Paris and for Amanda Thompson, and Danielle Wilson battled foul trouble. Never saw Ashley Paris back in the game after she picked up that 4th foul. I think Sherry Cole just liked the lineup she had out there and rode it to the final. So the Sooners now have won 20 straight, and it's been an amazing season for them. But for the several times this year, we've seen them rally late, trailing to win a basketball game. Did it again today.
I think it's so great for them. This is a team that we know can get to the Final Four, and so they have experienced about everything. They've played UConn, they played North Carolina, they're playing in the toughest conference in the country, and it's great. It's good for them that they're not going out and just rolling over all of their opponents. They're having to suck it up and find a way. They're winning ugly on the road. They hit a little dull stretch here today, but they're always playing hard and they're always playing defense, and it's going to pay off.
2 for 17 from three-point range, and found a way to beat the number 5 ranked team in the nation. So 66-58 the final. OU wins today. Don't miss more exciting action on your Sooner Sports Network television station. Saturday, February 28th, a week from today, when the OU women host Oklahoma State Bedlam, 12 o'clock, live from the Lloyd Noble Center in Norman. This broadcast is an exclusive presentation from Sooner Sports Properties, a division of Learfield Communications, under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Oklahoma. Final score, Sooners beat Baylor today, 66-58. Make it 20 in a row for OU. For Patty Phillips, I'm Toby Rowland. Have a great Saturday, everybody.